Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Monday. Well, we're back to Monday again. So today we are working on Swans in the Lake by Joy Sunday. I just love this picture. Isn't it just absolutely stunning? It's going to be gorgeous and it is a full coverage. So yeah, all this white you see is black, and it is 310. Yeah, it's going to be a hot moment. And this is a 14 count, but look at those swans and the water and the colors, and yeah, I just love it. And before we get started, I would like to thank all those that bought me coffee. I think I'm just going to use a first initial. Thank you, L. Thank you, J. Thank you, D. And thank you, P. I greatly appreciate it, and it keeps this channel going and me being able to get new and great projects to show you and to work on. And in between all that, maybe some new gadgets or something that are new on the market and to test them out. All right? Thank you guys. Appreciate it greatly. And we are working with, I don't know what this is here. Gotta look. It is 920 now. Yeah. It says 920, but whoops. I thought 920 was kind of brighter, but evidently not. I've seen a lot of colors in the past 6 months. You know, we're almost 6 months into 2021 already. It'll be Christmas, guys, before we know it. Again. Seems like we just had Christmas. And again, I forgot to turn off my notifications. But at least it wasn't screaming loud. So, yesterday was something else. We had, the grocery store was jam-packed. Because after I did the video, I went to the grocery store, and I thought I was never going to get out of there. And I bought stuff, and I made stuffed chicken breasts. It's my own recipe. So I cheated, and I didn't make, what do you call it, stuffing from scratch. That wasn't happening, so I ended up using chicken-flavored stovetop. Usually I'd make my own dressing, but I tend to make too much because I'm used to making it to go with Thanksgiving dinner and all that good stuff. So, yeah. I just used stovetop and cream of chicken soup and stuffed my chicken breasts. And it was done in like a half an hour, 45 minutes. I really didn't pay attention to how long it took. But I had that, and I love pickled beets, so I had pickled beets with that. Now you can serve it with whatever you want. Sometimes I actually make rice, but I had a little bit of stuffing left over because I only had 3 chicken breasts. So I didn't make anything else. I figured that was all globby enough. And sometimes if I make it in the summertime, I have it with fresh grapes. Love grapes, but it's just not that time yet. I even looked at the watermelons. Even the watermelons from Texas aren't even here yet. So, yay. Because usually those are the best ones that we can get. Either that or Rocky Ford, which is, it's in southern Colorado. My nose itches today. All that fresh air yesterday. Yeah, I made a video before the video you saw at the, what do you call it? At the river. We call it the river. I don't know if it's a tributary or not, but yeah. And you couldn't even see me stitching. So that's when I said, gotta get out of the house. Time to go. So, yeah. And it was nice being out there by the water and If I'd just gotten there maybe 2 hours earlier, nobody else would have been around. So, but it was a beautiful day yesterday. And then about, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I told you it was clouding up, while I was doing the video. But it sprinkled a little bit, and then about between 3 and 4, we had a little bit of hail and a little bit of rain. It might have lasted a half an hour at the most. So, yeah. And it didn't rain all day and all night and all that, It might have rained some last night, but I never heard it. I crashed and burned. And today it's kind of cloudy. It's supposed to rain off and on, or look that way, Mostly it looks like that around. What is the problem here? Got to get the light a little bit higher. And, yeah, so Molly and I just stayed home after that and didn't do anything. I did check the mail. There's nothing in the mail. So, good. Good, bad, indifferent. The other thing is still stuck in Denver. I don't know what's going on with it. So, yeah, not a clue. I don't know if it was part of that stuff that was caught in the Suez Canal, so they're like, what do you call it, quarantining this stuff, for a certain amount of time. I have no idea what's going on with that. And the other guy that didn't have the right address, his stuff hasn't gotten here, so don't know what's going up with it. So it's out there. It's out there. Oh, and I was going through some stuff, and, I told you I had, what do you call it, the line keeper. Someone had sent me 2 line keepers on here, and it also came with these little, they're kind of stiff, not stiff, but strong is the word. So I thought maybe their little thing, it said so tights, but I don't know what they're supposed to be used for, but they are just stronger than strong. But I figured that they would hold down the fabric. I could just get it. This is a poor example, but I mean like on my other stuff, because it'll keep it in place. But yeah, I forgot that those were even on that card. Yeah. So I found those when I was cleaning off my desk and stuff. So I'll be using those to keep back some of the fabric. Right now I'm using like 2-inch, what do you call them? I'll call them 2-inch binder clips. I got them from Amazon, and they hold the fabric next to my hoop. I don't have anything I don't know if I can reach. Hang on. Get that out of the way. But yeah, I use it to clip my material back just so I don't sew it. And then I put the, I can't use this. I'll just use this. This is where I put, like, let's say this is my pattern, and that way I can see it, and it's up under my eyes. I've tried to use my, my tablet. I have no place to set the tablet. So, this, well, dagnabbit, stay. Sorry. Keeps it, the pattern right in front of me, in my line of sight. Because that looking sideways crap just didn't work for me. So, and I've tried to buy a thing to hold my tablet. This is what they sent me. Okay, this is my hand, okay? That's how small that thing is. Unbelievable. It has, this flips out somehow. I don't quite know, but oh yeah, you have to do that. Okay. And it just sits like that, but I have no place to set it. So yeah, it's pretty useless. I suppose if you were in bed, you know, that might work. Or I, no, it didn't work. Not for me. It was cute, but it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted something that was big, but see, if it's not in my line of sight, I can't stitch. So, that's when I came up with binder clips, and it just holds the pattern right there. So I can keep referring to it to make sure I don't make a mistake. It's a pretty orange. It's kind of a burnt orange. There's a little bit of it in it. I want to get down to the swans. That's the bestest part. They're so pretty. You know, I don't like birds. I don't want to be next to a bird. I don't want to pet a bird. But when they're, I don't know what that is. When they are out in nature, I like looking at birds. Just as long as they don't get too close. Love owls. Yeah, but I don't want to pet one. Don't want to be next to one. In fact, when birds got into buildings, I'm the first one to run and hide. Yeah. They just freak me out when they fly. If it's close. Gotta get that back where I was. So yesterday I worked on Mary Jane Fry most of the day. Like off and on. What did I watch? I was watching something last night on net. Oh, I just put on, what do you call it? Grey's Anatomy. It's kind of the go-to. And that way I can stitch and concentrate. And then I start to make a mistake, so then I have to frog a little bit. But I don't know. It happens. At least to me. But I didn't watch anything too super spectacular. Now today I gotta work 10 to 6. And I think tomorrow I've got to work 2 to 10. I think this is when we started. Because they were pretty busy when I was in there. Yesterday I had to go pick up my check. So they were pretty busy then. So we'll see how that goes. But usually things don't pick up until, say Thursday. You know, people start, they have Thursday, Friday off. So they come for the weekend. But Thursdays are it's kind of busy day. Last year I worked on Thursdays. I think I was off. And then they moved me to the schedule we're on now. But I was working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, something like that. It's been all around. So, lots and lots of stuff. Got fuzz all over me. So yeah, Molly, I don't know what her problem was. I don't know if it was because there were so many people there. There was like like I said, when I started, 3 or 4 people. It's a good thing I just left her in the car. She was fine. Because the car was under shade and all that, so. Because they have these beautiful, I don't know, I think they're cottonwoods, yeah. Cottonwoods and pine trees. I call them pine trees because that's like a loose explanation of what they are. They may be spruce. I'm sure they're like blue spruce. I got this blue thread. I don't know where it came from, but It needs to go back. So yeah, it was still cool, and it was kind of cooling down. The sun only came out for a little bit. Put that up, it's gonna fall. So yeah, that was our big adventure for the day. I had to come home and turn on the air conditioning because the house was warm. Didn't take long for this house to get warm at all. It was like 80 degrees in here when I got back. And that was, when I got back, it was just starting to cloud up. So after we ran around and did things, and I still didn't get to the dollar store. I was going to go to the dollar store yesterday, but after the grocery store, I was like, nope, we're done. Too much. But yeah, it was busy, busy, busy at the grocery store. Of course, it was the weekend and people, out and about. They all thought it was going to be a great day all day, and then it got cloudy and cool. I mean, it must have cooled off like 25, 30 degrees. I mean, we're lucky it didn't snow. So, we'll see. I don't know how long this rain's supposed to last. But it never really lasts. We don't get... Now, when I lived in Texas, down in Houston, it would rain for like a week. Torrential rain every day for a week. But here, we're talking a half an hour, or it just kind of sprinkles all day. It kind of rains like it snows around here. So, one time I was working for the pizza place, and it rained so hard in like, let's call it an hour at the most, that the whole... Now this, mind you, this was like a little shopette type place. They had like a truck stop on one across the way. There's a big area, so they have to have a big area for the big trucks to come through. And then there was like a little strip place that had like a liquor store, and then the pizza place, and then there was something else. I mean, there was only like 3 businesses there, maybe 4 if you count. I think Frito-Lay was at the corner. It was kind of their dumping ground, and then the guys would come pick up their stuff to go deliver it. And yeah, it rained so hard. There was like 6 inches of water all the way across that parking lot. It was huge. And when the wind was blowing so hard, we were getting white caps in the parking lot. That's how bad it was. But that's the most I've ever seen it rain. We get microbursts up here of wind sometimes. And it'll just come out of nowhere and pick up all that dust from that same parking lot. And you can just see it moving right across that parking lot and kind of up the hill. But not so much on, it's going to rain all day. That happens very rarely. But it doesn't rain very hard. And it'll hang up there in the mountains forever, looking like it's going to do something and never make it this far. Now my daughter, she gets more snow and more, inclement weather than I do, because she is like sitting practically at the foothills of the 14-foot mountains. So they'll get it before I do. But sometimes it doesn't come, 3-4 miles towards me at all. But, at least it's raining and not snowing, so that's what I always say. And we didn't get that much hail. It was like pea-size hail. Didn't last more than 5 minutes. Now, one time I was up in Leadville, which is, let's see, we're at 8,000, so it is about 4,000. No. I think it's, yeah, I think it's 10,000. So they're like 2,000 feet higher than I am. And it hailed so bad that the hail, and it was just like pea-sized hail, but I mean, it hailed so bad that there was probably 2 inches of hail all over the ground. And I'd never seen that before. Because like I said, it either snows or it rains. So, fun times. Now, when I was living other places, we got huge hail. I mean, put your windshield out, hail. So, it did that in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and also in Kansas. They had big hail. Don't remember so much hail in Texas. I'm sure they did, but, you know, I don't remember. It's been a hot moment. I've slept a little bit in between. So. If it hailed like that in Texas, they'd call it snow. But, yeah, it did snow there once. They shut everything down. It snowed 2 inches of snow. School was closed. Businesses were closed. Like, okie dokie. And I'd lived in Illinois prior to living in Texas, so, yeah. But it just didn't happen, and people don't like to drive on it, so. That was 40 years ago, so get over it. Yeah. It was a hot moment. We were thrilled. We wanted to get out the sleds that we'd brought from Chicago. My mother was just looking at us like we were nuts. We were having snow withdrawals living in Texas. Should have seen the moving guys. They looked at us like we were totally insane. Because my father worked for a big company, so we had movers that moved us from Chicago to Houston. They brought the snow sleds. Yeah, it was hysterical. They're like, no, probably not, but okay. The garage was so weird in Texas. It was just strange. We didn't have a lot of windows. I would say probably 6 on the front, maybe a couple of 3 or 4 on the back, maybe 1 or 2 on the sides. But they had all the wooden boards to board up your windows, because we were, I guess, so close to, there's a channel there for hurricanes and stuff. There was a box of candles, there was boxes of batteries, there were flashlights. It was like culture shock. We're like, what is all this for? And then they proceeded to tell us that, you need to board up your windows if we have a hurricane and all that. So nothing really happened in the 2 years that we were there. So we had rain. Like I said, it had run in torrents down the streets. And I lived in the suburbs. We wanted to go out and play in the rain. Everybody looked at us like we were crazy. Yeah, we were the odd people on the block. My sister and I were so convinced we were going to be able to use our snow sleds. We almost got our wish, but an inch of snow, you know, the sleds just wouldn't really work. So, fun times in different places. Did get to see the Gulf of Mexico, though. Go to Galveston, South Padre, Corpus, San Antonio. Liked it. I didn't much care for Dallas, but the only thing I saw at Dallas, it wasn't a place that we got out and went shopping or anything. So it was more commercialized-ish, you know, metropolitan-ish. I can't say it. Metropolitan? Yeah. Not that my mother wasn't into shopping. God knows she could go to a mall and stay all day. But no. And every time we went through Dallas, from the time because we came from Chicago to to Houston, so we had to go through Dallas. Then when we left from Houston and went to Denver. They were always working on the road. They were putting in whatever that is. I-80? Is that I-80? I don't remember. They were always working on it. So it'd take an hour and a half to get through Dallas. Got to see Dallas-Fort Worth. Say you'd been there. And then on to the next best thing. So, ouch. Alright guys, well I think that's going to be about it today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe and buy me a coffee. And do all the things. Stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.